If you think of the last time someone tried to persuade you, and you think of that instance right now, the funny thing is you're probably thinking about something that you did not get or did not purchase or did not believe, where the persuasion was unsuccessful because of the simple reason that I use the word persuasion. If it were something that you did move forward with, you probably weren't even thinking that you were persuaded. At the executive level, there's lots of different stakeholders, and there's lots of different agendas when these positions are getting filled. And they all have different personalities, and they all have different preferences, and they all have different ways that they can be persuaded, if you will. And that's one of the reasons that searches go on and on and on. And that's one of the reasons that they go back to the drawing board and go, scrap all that, what we just said, that's not what we want. But what brings them to consensus, to pull the trigger on somebody, is when they can all accurately fill, no matter their differences of personalities and agendas and preferences, that this person is actually going to help them meet their goal. I had the privilege of sitting in on a company's final interview. We were down to the final wire with 2, and the founders said to me, "So Sandra, you know, which one do you think is the best going in?" I said, "I don't know. There's 6 of one, half dozen of another at this point." Until I saw that final interview, and one woman, she came in and she just had her PowerPoint deck, and she just, you know, this is what I do, and then I take it and then I refine the process, and she just went through her whole dissertation of how she does things and the successes that she's had. And all right, and then the second person came in and she just got right into the meat of the matter, and she just said, all right, so tell me what's happening. Well, what you need to do, well, you can't do that first, because what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to bring compliance in, because otherwise you're going to get attacked from this end. And she basically walked them through the whole process. I thought they were going to trap her under heavy furniture or something. I mean, they literally followed her out to the parking lot. It was pretty clear what the choice was going to be. Another one of my strategies to uncover this information is I interview executive landings, and there was one gentleman who had been on the cover of Inc. magazine for the turnaround CEO, and so I was fortunate enough to get a breakfast with him, and I was asking him how he got that role, because it was with, you know, the private equity company that he got the job with, that owned that company at the time was Goldman Sachs, and he had never done a private equity company before. And he said that he went in and first he visited 7 of the different locations and brought in a PowerPoint of what he would do at these 7 to change, to turn things around. And he walked in and he said, you know, just want to let you know I have this presentation to talk about what I would do to change things. They said, no, we're just going to ask you questions. He said, but they kept staring at his iPad. And then finally he said, show me what you're going to do. Show me. They just couldn't help it. And you see that inbound, that pull, that story, that compelling aspect of how you're going to fix things for me kicked in, and he got the job.